Music intensifies. We now return to Let's Play Zeus. The stone people have disappeared, apparently, but we are back here, and it is time, I think, to try and summon Perseus. So, thinking about the layout that I'm going to want up here, I think I'm going to put the theater over here. I am going to want a full setup over here, even if it's only going to be a few houses. And the only place really up here without completely destroying the hilltop forest is like right here, which is fine. We can just drag a road up in this way. But basically that's going to leave room for Perseus to be like right here, which is fine. I'm just trying to look at the road scheme here. I suppose really it'd be better off there, but it just can't happen. I can go here. I am trying to think also, though. See, I got all ready for the episode. Now I'm not actually ready. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So yeah, that would actually be fine. If we just kind of move it there, and then we're gonna just have it a little bit away from the cliffside. I mean, it slots in really nice right there, but it's not really what I want. And as long as we're looking at destruction of forest, it's going to be the same amount no matter what. So we will take that right there and plunk a Perseus. I thought I had it all. God, come on. Right there. Right there will work. Okey-doke. Perseus is now down. Perseus requires nothing. He is ready. And so are we. Beg your pardon? There we go. Send for Perseus. What did he take again? 3,000 drachma, fine. 16 skeins of fleece. Could we afford to do that? Yes, we could. Awesome. No problem. No problem. Let's see if Medusa destroys this before he shows up.
I'm Perseus, and I cannot be stopped. It is truly a pleasure to live in this city.
Okay, interesting. So that is the apparently one structure.
I'll turn this city into a giant sculpture.
I mean, she's not attacking the walls either.
Wow, did you draw that here all by yourself?
Awesome. So that's one. That is one down. This will... Yeah, these don't... Okay, never mind. Never mind. We're done there. Slight distraction. Tribute paid by Smyrna. Okay, doke. So, what are we on to right now? I have 200 people to do stuff and junk with, so let's actually get down here, because I'm concerned slightly by the lack of armor and our inability to continue it. It does, in fact, seem like they are putting priority on sculpture. You know, I mean, we don't have to worry about people, so never mind. Let's just not even concern ourselves with the removal. Let's just add another armor person, and we'll do another foundry. Maybe do 2. I really don't need 3 of the masonries over here, so let's just put down 2. That way we'll for sure have bronze working. Hopefully we will have all of this being dealt with. And let's make sure I'm not just handing it out. I am. How foolish of me. Wine? Wine is coming from our own presses, so I'm not concerned with that. We can, however, speaking of presses, put people into the olives. Probably also the wines. What do you think of that? And then maybe another winery. Wine is obviously not a big deal for supply, but as far as selling, we don't appear to be selling a heck of a lot of it. Oh, okay, well, yeah, no, 1 of 12, so we're not getting it up there fast enough to sell it, and I can be selling a hell of a lot more, so we can really boost industry completely over here. And something I'd actually meant to do, and it's way too late now, was actually move those guys up here to help build this so they didn't have to take so long. But now that we have no reason to keep any of these anymore, since we have no more temples to build. We'll remove them, and we will put in a couple more growers. And that will help out, because we need that to be developed a little bit more. I guess while we're up here... Oh yeah, that guy takes food. Whilst we're up here... 63 jugs. Criminy. I mean, that's awesome, but holy crap. That was a gift. A gift from who? Mycenae? Look at that. Every month they've been... Holy shit, what? 63 every month? Well, it's no wonder we're not having any issue with that. Good grief. What the hell did we do to them? I mean, they love me, but so does Thebes. What are we doing with these people that has bumped me up that much? Is it the killing of the monsters? Holy crap. You know, we can come back to the decoration part later. 9%. Let's try maxing out this a little bit more. Pythian games begin. Foundry. I really don't think we need a timber mill. We're not even selling timber anymore, right? Oh, we are. Yeah, we can sell everything that we're producing here, so that's perfectly fine. I feel, perhaps, timber is not really necessary here anymore. Why don't we just go ahead and get started with a trireme and just start doing that? We'll get those there. We'll put a little bit of park in between, and that takes up 100 people. Send wharf. Oh, okay, right. The one building you can actually turn off individually. So we can have the wood here, I guess, supplying this. That was kind of the idea, wasn't it? I think it was. How are we doing on food? We can still probably juice this a little bit more. So let's take... Well, I mean, I say that, but look at these people. They're just standing around. So clearly they have enough. It's just a matter of mobility, which, at this point, what does praying to him do? If Hermes hears your prayer, he'll fulfill a request. Okay. And so apparently he loved me enough that he did that on his own, which is fine by me. I suppose we could do horses, but let's not do it there, because I have no reason to at the moment. So, instead, we'll just get Grand Agora over here, and let's just go ahead and fill this in. We'll get ourselves a food vendor on either side. We'll do the fleece up in here. We'll do oil next to the food. We'll do wine being on that side, and we'll do armor, and we'll do horse. Employees needed. Ah. What the hell? Well, I don't know. But what I do know is that this is still not enough for our purposes here. So we're going to need... Oh. Oil vendor. Oh, good... Oil vendor. Let's see if that's enough. Bring this up. Tribute paid. There we go. There we go. So my theory was incorrect. This is still not enough. So, let's take a look here. I guess I could just pop one of these out. The appeal is really right here in the middle. So let's take and remove that and plunk one of these in. And I know I had said I did not want to rely on these as a crutch. However, it would seem I don't really much have a choice. So we'll do that. Another thing I can be doing, well, I mean, I guess I can let this run. I don't need to worry too much about that at the moment. Common Agora, we'll just plunk that down, which would also imply I need to get that running with, okay, well, I mean, it's awesome that he's walking there right now, but that's not really what I want, so I better close off that loop. So, I mean, I guess I could put this here. Or right next to, how about we put it right next to it? So it comes out the top right corner. If I have it like this, does it still put it at this corner? Like, does it know that this is the normal direction and then that's the first position? Be interesting to find out. Interesting in a passing way. I'm not actually interested. Park. So, okay. Alright, let's think about what I actually had wanted to do with this. I want to get rid of that. This was just a reminder that I actually wanted to turn this into Avenue. So I'll take and do something like that, and this right here is actually not where I want that to remain. In fact, I want to do 2 of those. So I guess we're going to be looking now at... that's not going to work out there for me. I actually want to have one of those on either end so they walk in. But then, of course, there was the issue of it walking in to hit this and be correct. Right, and that's another issue, too. I don't want them futzing around with this, so we'll close off the roadblocks. Once again, game mechanics have come in and ruined everything and forced me to actually utilize them. I mean, I suppose I could put this here. And if I'm going to be doing that, then why not just make a little out right here? Right? Because then they don't have to walk all this way. There might be a shortcut here. Pause this a moment. It does take out a potential spot for me right here. But it may allow them to walk easier. Corinthian columns will do just a small bit of them to kind of screen. And there we go. I mean, I'm probably going to be putting some roadway there anyhow, so that's fine. I think we'll do the same over here. We'll just put a little dip of that. Okay, so I guess what I really need to do then is come over here and actually start plotting out where these are going to go. As bad as it's going to look, I think I'm going to need everything on the end moving into the houses just for making this work. Because if they start here, for example, and then they wander this way, then I mean, I would hope that it would do the 50-50 split and eventually would do that, but we saw at the very beginning of the series how that was not working out all the time for me, which was kind of a conundrum. Little bit of a big issue. Okay, those two still have not pumped up. That's fine, I guess. 200 people unemployed. Let's go ahead and put down a guard post, because it doesn't really matter that we have it or not, but it is another building to fill in a spot and also take up jobs. So that'll work for me. I guess we can also keep a small supply of people down in here. And we'll just be looking at, say... I feel like I rely on gazebos more than I do the flower gardens, but you get so many of the damn parks in here to use that there's really so very little alternative. I swear I complain about this every damn episode. Okay, well, let's do this right here and use... could I do some? I mean, I can. Won't use that right there though. I will use a flower garden. And I am probably going to have to use maybe a sculpture over here or something like that. Thank you. My Cine gave me just a little bit less, but I think that may have been more tied to the fact that... yeah, we'll do something like that, sure. Oh, well, okay, fine. Must have been walking right there at the time. Okay, so that's still working alright. How are we doing on armor? Now we're filling it in. Well, of course we're filling it in because I told them to stop selling the damn things. However, food is making me nervous. Like every time. Oh, hey, we actually have that good and ready to go. Let's consume some more people. Trireme. Why is that? Is that actually connected? I guess it is. There's a weird gap here for some reason that I don't understand. Oh, that's where they stockpile all their stuff. Okay, fair enough. Okay. So we got bronze. Still a good stockpile of the stuff. What were you again? Sculpture specifically. And I was accepting it here. So we can go ahead and just empty it, and we'll just accept full wood right there. Because what else are we going to have? And this is accepting olives, which now we have so many presses we are overusing. So I would argue that we're underusing half of Athena's stuff yet. So let's go ahead and put down more growers' lodges. And speaking of fill-in jobs and whatnot, let's come up here and think about what I wanted to do here. So I was considering that being my third trireme, correct? Okay, well, we'll just do that then. That does limit my urchin gathering, however, I think it'll be fine. I do need to pause this for a moment so it doesn't just run away. We'll do... Kind of a shame, really, right there, that I could get 2 more urchins. I just can't fit this anywhere else. Okay, whatever. That'll work there. We'll take this, and now we can do... I guess we'll make it go this way. Like so. This can just pop in right here, and we don't have to do anything with that. We'll just go ahead and put, say, a park here. And a couple columns because I'm unimaginative at the moment. That'll work out fine. That will work out just fine. 100 more people down, and we actually now need people. But there's 200 people coming in because those built up, I suppose. I suppose that's the reason. Sure. Okay. So what are we missing down here? I am missing a gymnasium, which I said I was going to put right here in the corner, and I will. So, what else? It's got water, it's got... Okay, I think it's got everything it needs right there, but... Well, this is just going to be hovel level. And it is now at hovel level, so that is everything. That is everybody. Although it should have now 2, correct? Yeah, but they're stuck at fleece, so as long as I don't put fleece in there, we're fine. And I will grab this up. I guess that goes straight to there. We'll grab a population monument to put right here in the corner of the big park. And we'll just fill in. We'll just fill in all of it because why not? Why are we hanging on to this otherwise? We'll do something like that, and I can do park along the backside, which works out there, and then we'll just put some Doric column, Ionic column right there. And then we'll just put park along the back of this. Huzzah! So that section of the city is done, and I guess that's pretty much where we're at the moment. Just kind of fill in. I have a ton of grapes, and that should probably be where I'm actually pushing for more sale of that. So why don't we take some of that newfound worker and put it there. It is, I suppose, cruel and perhaps tyrannical, which would be periodically appropriate, for me to specifically make low-income housing, knowing full well that my city could support a much better lifestyle for all. I could just fill all this in. I am tempted, really tempted, to just put horses over here just because I could actually utilize them. But then we're going to be over abundant in that. We'd have too many horses. Still haven't come back to this to solve my initial problem. I guess that was because I got distracted and pulled too many people into the city. So we now have 3 actual triremes. What is the status of my city? I cannot see it. Status-wise, though, I could definitely conquer my friends, but my god, they were extremely happy. Oh, was it because I won? I must have won something. So, what next? What next, I suppose, is sending Odysseus on this. Does Odysseus... I wish I could actually see the request again and read the text for it. Because I don't remember... It was just a campaign, right? It was during the campaign that he required to be gone for so long and you had to go... Well, I mean, it was a whole... Yeah, I mean, it was literally the Odyssey. Was what the whole custom missions were called. So maybe that does not have anything to do with him. We will put him up here, however. Where and how, I'm not yet sure. Probably a better idea to put the walls up first. So we're looking at something like that. Nemean Games. I mean, I kind of don't like the idea of still making it go up like that. I guess we could actually just bring this in a bit. I mean, really, I could just bring it all the way. Yeah, that makes it look bizarre and awkward. So it must go like that then. I don't know, I was thinking maybe I'd put the hall there. This is really actually very limiting. If I'm going to do it that way, I may as well do it this way then. Sure, whatever. I mean, it looks really bad. It really just doesn't look good. Uh-oh. Oh no! The walker did not make it all the way. However, the trireme still exists for probably about 2 seconds. Oh. Awful. Hold on a tick. So the building hasn't actually collapsed? Is that a graphical thing? Interesting. Okay, so, quick fix here. We need to block off this because we really don't need him wandering up there anymore. And that means we'll just have to remove that one. And that'll be fine. I think one can deal with whatever needs we have up here. We have an entire industry down below if we really need wood. In fact, I would actually like to make sure that each of these is putting out all of the things that we can get them putting out, which would mean a ton more armor production. How's our money situation? I mean, Jesus. That's not an issue. Clearly. So let's think about doing something like a fish pond here. And perhaps getting ready for the next sector of housing development. You know, given how much empty space I'm putting to these, I could really probably just tone this in a little bit. But if I do this with a road around the hall, it'll fill in. So I think we're fine there. I am probably going to take it here and then cut it up here. I did have an idea that this little road hitch that I put here is where I'm going to center a gatehouse here, but at one up. One up because I want it to connect in. And in fact, most of this is probably going to just be decimated. Yeah, because I wanted it to be flanked by towers. So it'll go here, but then we're going to need to do something about that. And there's a lot of area here. I'd like to keep kind of this little, I mean, it is a swampy area.
Jobs are scarce. A lot of people are out of work. Jobs are scarce.
Maybe being hungry is simply what the fates have in store for me, but I do wish I had more food. What you talking about? We are plentiful in the food situation. Is it just because these are nearly empty? This is not working. Maybe we need to revisit the granary idea. Although that just didn't seem to work out before. Probably need to beautify this area too, just for the look of the thing. I don't know, there's still a little bit to do, plotting this out, which I'll probably do off screen, just so I know where I'm going to put things and we can get that built. But with this many people, food, I mean, good grief. 1 in 5 people are out of work. I know exactly how to do that. I know how to fix that. I know where to put them. So we'll look at that next time. See you then.